Welcome viewers to yet another episode hosted by Goa State Research Foundation, where we interview researchers working in their fields. Today we have yet another special person with us. She works as an assistant professor at the School of Biological Sciences and Biotechnology at Goa University. We have with us Dr. Siddhi Kashinath Jalmi. We extend a warm welcome to you, Dr. Siddhi Jalmi.
Thank you, Saesha, for your kind introduction. And I also acknowledge Goa State Research Foundation for giving me this opportunity to share my research work through this platform.
Ma'am, you recently authored a very interesting article which was named as Epigenetic Arsenal for Plants. Could you please explain us the significance of this work? What was the motivation behind the questions which was posed in this article?
Yes, so Saisha, as you said, working plants or studying plants at the molecular level has always, motivated me. And we see many beautiful things happening in the nature, and all of these, they happen in very controlled and regulated manner. So for example, I'll give you the seeds, they get germinated only when they are sown. Or we see some plants, they flower only in certain season. So how such this regulations takes place? So this takes place through the epigenetic regulation. And talking about the article, I initiated the thought on this article. When I did that, I was actually enthusiastic to know how these epigenetic regulations, they are used up by the plants in order to cope up with the environmental stresses, or in order to get tolerance towards the environmental stresses. And we see so many environmental stresses, like there can be harsh environment, poor soil quality, salinity in the soil, etc. So all these things motivated me to ask those questions which I have posed in this article. And talking about this article, the epigenetic. So before actually going through this article and stating the significance of this article, I would like to stress upon this word epigenetic, which has been used quite number of time in this article, and here also I will be using that. We often hear the word genetic, which actually refers to the genome of an organism. Epigenetic, epi means on or above. So if you say epigenetic, it is something which happens on or above the DNA. So how this epigenetic now is, helping the plant, or it is useful to the plant. This also I will explain to you with the help of a simple example. We see, suppose we take the example of plant. So plant has leaves, it has roots, it has stem, it has flowers, fruits, and all this is made up of the cells which has the same genome, exactly the same genome. Then how certain cells, they tend to develop into leaves, how certain cells, they tend to develop into roots. So what is controlling them? So what is regulating them? And this regulation, what is happening through epigenetic way. Okay, so coming to the significance of my work, I have tried studying these epigenetic mechanisms, and we have listed down this epigenetic mechanism which are working in the plant in response to the environmental stresses. And by doing so, we will be able to collect the information and study this. In future, we will be able to use this information to develop stress tolerant crop varieties. And this will be crucial for improving our agricultural productivity. Talking more about this article, I have particularly given more stress to the salt stress. Why? Because Goa being a coastal state, its agriculture is mainly affected by the intrusion of saline water in the field, and that is mainly those areas which are falling in the coastal belt. And also we find the salt tolerant crop varieties in Goa, so which we will be using for this study in order to understand this mechanism and how this mechanism are involved in giving that tolerance. So this will be crucial for improving the agriculture in the future when there will be more climate change happening. So this is the significance of my work which has been given in the article.
Yes, ma'am. So, as you really pointed out, that when we look at plants, we just see the leaves, roots, and plant as an entire thing. But you talked about so many mechanisms, molecules, and all. So, I believe working as a plant molecular biologist, you really need a lot of passion and determination. So, I would like to ask you, what made you take interest in such kind of topic?
Okay, so Saisha, as you said, the passion and determination is required, but I feel that passion and determination is required for all fields of research. It is not just to this field of molecular biology. So you asked me about how did I develop the interest in this field. So the day I joined for my PhD in National Institute of Plant Genome Research, which is there in New Delhi, the facilities that are available there, the work culture that is going on there, and meeting those scientists and working under them, this initiated the interest in me in working in this field, and which further got enhanced when I did my postdoctorate in Sweden and Belgium. So during this tenure, I met many scientists, I met different personalities. So knowing them, the knowledge that they had about this topic, about the research, that all generated that interest in me, and I was inspired by them. Being from biotechnology background, I was always inclined towards finding solutions to the phenomenon that are happening in nature. And if you start asking the questions, you try to develop some interest in answering them, and if those answers are obtained at molecular level, then that interest goes to the next level. So this all made me get into this field, and I was passionate about this field.
Yes, ma'am. So, continuing on the same line, you said you met a lot of people, researchers. So, could you tell us about what were the challenges, difficulties, or what were the rewards of your work? Like, how would you put it? Was it tough being there? Did you find it difficult coping up with others? What was your personal experience while doing this research?
Okay, Saisha, yeah. So the challenging part, I would say, was more, and you said no, like the what was the rewards. So in this type of in this field, we get rewards at much later stage. So the more was the tougher part than the easier part, but I will give some points which are easy in my sense, and that also can be extended to the tougher part. So the easy part was actually nowadays with the technological advancement, we get much more information which is available. There are standardized protocols which are available, which guide you, with a new study in this area. The second thing is the advanced techniques and tools which are available nowadays, like next generation sequencing, which is there. So with the help of that, the study in this area is possible and it is workable. But as I said, that easy part actually it extends towards the difficult part. So the difficult part is that now to study this epigenetic, you require very specialized equipments, and that cost of that is very high. They are very costly. Even the consumables which are used, they are very costly. So for this, lot of funding has to be generated, and I myself, to do research in this area, had to apply for different funding, and I'm grateful that my lab is supported by different national funding agencies like UGC, CSIR, or DST. So with those funds, I could carry out the research in this area. And also my PhD students, they are getting those PhD fellowships from the national agencies. So this work in this area is doable for us. And one more difficult part that I would say that is actually applicable to the all the lab workers is the environmental variability, and translating the lab research to the environment is a major challenge in this field. So these are the challenges that I would say which come across in this field.
So, ma'am, continuing on the same thing, like any research is a collaborative effort which you put. So, while doing your research, how did you select your collaborators and what was their contribution to your research? Did they kind of agree easily to collaborate with you?
Yeah. So yes, Aisha, the collaboration is much required. The collaboration is much required, and but for this particular work, I did not had any collaborator. But if I had to choose, but if I had to choose collaborator, then I would do that based on the expertise in the relevant field, the facilities, the instrumentation that is available and which is accessible to me, and the one who is enthusiastic to set up a healthy collaboration. I will also see that what that collaborator will be benefited from my expertise. So it should be give and take approach rather than just taking help from someone. But talking about collaboration, I have contributed to some collaborative work in this area previously, which has resulted in some international publications as well. So collaboration is must, and if you have to survive in this research field, we should collaborate more.
That was really nicely put, ma'am. So I'll take a turn here and turn the conversation. Research and doing scientific work, many kids and young enthusiasts are very much likely to get interest in these kind of fields. So assuming that I'm a student, or if I were a student and I have to develop interest in research field, how would you guide me?
Okay, you will agree to this, Saisha, as well. I mean, developing interest in research is not one day activity, and we have to try several things out. Okay, the one quality that is required for research is the curiosity and observation, you know, asking questions. So if any student is curious, you should tell them to, you know, follow their curiosity and ask questions, observe the environment, observe the things that fascinates them, and they should follow their curiosity. And for the school kids, for the school students, we can make them to participate in the science clubs or science fairs where they can perform the hands-on activities or hands-on experiments there, and which will try to build some interest in this field of research. We can also take them to the research labs and show them how the research labs looks like, and they can have the live experience there. They can talk, converse with the scientists, and you know, they can come to know the areas on which the research can be carried out and so on. So these are the few things which we can try. Lastly, I would say that for research, you require staying persistent and patient, and you should try things repeatedly even if the things don't work out sometime in a proper way, and you should learn from the mistakes. So these are the qualities that has to be built in students if they will have to be taken to this field of research.
Yes, ma'am. I very well agree with you that students need little exposure here and there to develop this kind of interest. Ma'am, you are a parent yourself, so I would also question you on this. Ki, as a parent, how would you develop a research interest, or is there any role that a parent plays in nurturing research interest in kids?
Parents play a very crucial role in nurturing in actually fostering the interest in the research. Earlier, just now I said that, the kids should be persistent and patient, but I will add on to that, even parents should be persistent and patient in that case if their kids are, taking this field. And since I said that the rewards in this field, they come very in the late stage, so there should not be any pressure on the kid in this aspect which is coming from the parent. Instead, they should actually motivate them and encourage them, to participate in the science fairs or science clubs where they can have this research activities done. And being a parent, I understand how curious the child can be, and out of curiosity, those questions that are asked by child, we as a parent should make efforts to answer them and motivate them even further to follow their curiosity and ask more questions. So that is what I believe, that parents has major role in nurturing their interest in research.
Yes, ma'am. That was very well said. Concluding with the interview, it was a very nice session with Dr. Siddhi Kashinath Jalmi, who answered so many of our questions related to science, research, and how to foster young kids and young students into research. This was a very nice interview session, and I believe all of our viewers, especially the students and researchers, would greatly benefit from this interview. I extend a warm gratitude and heartfelt wishes to Dr. Siddhi Kashinath Jalmi for being with us, for sparing her important time with us, and chatting with us today for this session. My heartfelt wishes and a lot of gratitude to you, ma'am, for coming and giving us this interactive session.
Thank you, Saisha.
We would like to thank the Goa State Research Foundation for taking up this video series and inviting Dr. Jalmi here for an interesting session.